Amazon sellers, how to ship products to Amazon US warehouse and avoid FDA detention. Selling on Amazon provides a tremendous opportunity for businesses to reach millions of customers. Amazon currently operates over 500 US facilities across its network, including fulfillment centers, sortation centers, delivery stations, and outbound cross-dock sites. However, for those shipping products to the United States, there are several critical steps to take to ensure that products not only reach the Amazon warehouse, but also comply with U.S. regulations, particularly those set by the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA. If your products fall under the FDA's jurisdiction, such as food, cosmetics, supplements, medical devices, or certain personal care products, there is a risk of detention if they don't meet the necessary standards. We'll guide you through the process of shipping products to Amazon's U.S. warehouses while ensuring FDA compliance and avoiding detention. Understand the FDA's role in product importation. Before shipping products to Amazon U.S. warehouses, it's crucial to understand the FDA's regulatory authority. The FDA oversees the importation of certain goods, including food, drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, and some other consumer products that could affect public health. When shipping products like these, the FDA requires importers, meaning Amazon sellers, to follow specific guidelines to ensure safety and compliance. If your product falls under FDA jurisdiction and you fail to comply with these regulations, your shipment could be detained or rejected at the port of entry, which could lead to significant delays, fines, and potential damage to your Amazon seller account. It's vital to ensure that you meet all FDA regulations before shipping. Verify product compliance with FDA regulations. Before shipping products to the United States, make sure that your product complies with all FDA regulations. For instance, if you're shipping food products, dietary supplements, cosmetics, or medical devices, you must ensure your products are compliant. FDA approved and listed. Certain products like drugs and medical devices need FDA approval and listing before they can be legally imported into the United States. Properly labeled. FDA regulations require that products have accurate and detailed labeling, including ingredients, usage instructions, and warnings. Ensure that the labels comply with FDA guidelines to avoid issues at customs. If the FDA determines that your product's labeling is misleading or incomplete, they can detain your shipment. The FDA enforces strict manufacturing and safety standards for many products, particularly food, drugs, and medical devices. Ensure that the products you are shipping meet these standards. For instance, food products must comply with the FDA's Food Safety Modernization Act, or FSMA, while medical devices must adhere to specific FDA quality control and performance standards. FDA registration of your company, facility, or establishment is required, not optional. This registration process helps the FDA track products entering the country and ensures that importers comply with safety and labeling requirements. Food and dietary supplements or ingredients. If you are exporting or importing food products or dietary supplements, you must obtain a food facility registration number. Failure to register with the FDA can lead to your shipment being detained or rejected. Exporting or importing drugs and cosmetics requires registration with the FDA of your establishment as well. Ensure that you follow all labeling, packaging, and ingredient guidelines specific to these products, which must be listed with the FDA. If you're selling medical devices, the manufacturer, exporter, and importer must be registered with the FDA, and each product must be listed with the FDA. Additionally, your devices must comply with FDA performance standards, and if applicable, you must obtain pre-market approval or clearance before shipping. To avoid FDA detention, make sure that all necessary documentation is properly filed when your products arrive at the U.S. port or airport of entry. One of the most critical steps in the shipping process is customs entry filing, where you submit required documents to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, and the FDA. The importer of record, usually the Amazon seller, must file an entry with CBP. The foreign exporter is expected to be the U.S. importer of record, not the Amazon warehouse. Therefore, obtain a U.S. Customs Assigned Number or CBP Assigned Number, required to process customs clearance in the United States. The number used to identify an IOR is either an Internal Revenue Service employer identification number, a Social Security number, or a CBP assigned number. U.S. Customs assigned number is the basis for establishing bond coverage, release and entry of merchandise, liquidation and the issuance of bills and refunds. Domestic and foreign companies may request CBP assigned numbers through the automated broker interface used by FedEx, UPS, DHL, and other customs brokers by submitting Importer Identity Form, or CBP Form 5106. It typically takes CBP or United States Customs and Border Protection 2 business days to input and activate a new importer of record. U.S. Customs clearance involves submitting documents such as the bill of lading, commercial invoice, packing list, and any other relevant paperwork related to the shipment. The FDA will review this information to ensure the products comply with U.S. regulations. For foods or dietary supplements, you must submit a prior notice to the FDA before shipping. This notice provides the FDA with information about the shipment, such as the product's name, the manufacturer, and the importer of record. It also gives the FDA time to review the shipment for compliance with FDA regulations. Shipping products to Amazon warehouses without a prior notice confirmation number will always result in FDA hold of your cargo and detention. When completing the customs declaration, be sure to accurately describe your product. Use the right shipping methods to avoid detention. The shipping method you use can also affect the likelihood of FDA detention. It is essential to work with trusted carriers who are familiar with FDA regulations. Choosing a reliable freight forwarder or customs broker can help streamline the process, ensuring all paperwork is properly filed and the shipment complies with FDA requirements. Shipping via air or sea. Whether you are shipping by air or sea, ensure that the carrier is prepared to meet FDA and U.S. customs requirements. Some carriers have direct partnerships with customs brokers who can help expedite the clearance process. Pre-alert customs broker. Consider hiring a customs broker, especially if you're shipping large quantities or products that fall under FDA jurisdiction. Customs brokers can help ensure that all necessary documents, such as the prior notice and entry forms, are submitted on time and are in compliance with the regulations. Once your product has cleared U.S. Customs, the next step is to ship your products to Amazon's warehouse. Amazon's Fulfillment by Amazon, or FBA, program allows sellers to store their inventory in Amazon's fulfillment centers. This is where Amazon takes over the heavy lifting, handling storage, packing, and shipping to customers. However, Amazon has specific requirements for shipping products to its warehouses. Here are some key points to keep in mind. Follow Amazon's shipping guidelines. Amazon has very specific guidelines regarding product labeling, packaging, and shipping. FDA compliance. Amazon requires that any products subject to FDA regulation comply with all U.S. laws. If the FDA detains or rejects your shipment, Amazon may temporarily suspend or close your seller account, so it's vital to ensure compliance. How to avoid FDA detention. To avoid FDA detention when shipping to Amazon U.S. warehouses, verify that your products meet all FDA regulations, including safety standards, labeling requirements, and pre-market approval, if applicable. File prior notice. Always submit the FDA prior notice and all necessary documentation to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Hire a customs broker. Work with a trusted customs broker or freight forwarder to ensure that the shipping process is smooth and compliant with FDA regulations. Choose the right shipping method. Work with experienced shipping carriers that understand FDA requirements and can assist with customs clearance. Hire an FDA consultant. Although your U.S. company does not need a U.S. agent, your Canadian, Mexican, Brazilian, Australian, Indian, Chinese, South Korean, Japanese, Italian, Greek, Portuguese, French, Belgian, Dutch, German, Swiss, Swedish, British, Irish, African, Latin American facility or establishment is required to appoint one such as ITB Holdings LLC as part of the registration process. If your products are deemed misbranded for failure to register your facility or establishment, act as soon as possible to avoid additional warehouse storage fees. Per diem charges are applicable when cargo or containers are held beyond the applicable free time. While the container or cargo is on hold, numerous fees will begin to pile up, such as row fees, demurrage fees per day, shifting fees, and admin fees. Speeding shipments through customs and quickly addressing issues can mean the difference between fulfilling a distribution contract and losing an important customer. Also, keep in mind that Foreign Supplier Verification Program, or FSVP legislation, is being enforced. Usually, FedEx, UPS, DHL or other customs brokers will request a completed FSVP agent statement form, which ITB Holdings LLC will provide upon payment of a service fee. Conclusion: successfully shipping products to Amazon's U.S. warehouse while avoiding FDA detention requires careful attention to detail and adherence to regulatory guidelines. Understanding the FDA's role, ensuring your product is compliant with all regulations, and preparing all necessary documents will help you navigate the complexities of the import process. Is your company manufacturing, exporting, or importing FDA-regulated products? Contact ITB Holdings LLC at www.tbholdingsllc.com. Use the free live support chat available 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, including in foreign languages, for your convenience. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable insights and updates. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we release new content. Until next time, stay safe, stay compliant, and stay tuned. See you next week.